Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. I figured we should do a live stream. Bitcoin is really struggling right now, right? I mean, it is stuck in traffic on struggle street like normal. Um, and we're just gonna come in and talk about the markets, talk about how nothing's really changed, that altcoins remain really risky, and that cash is king, etc., etc., etc. So let me post this in a few different places and we'll jump in. We'll try to answer some questions. Maybe we'll play some chess, right? That's usually the best way to get through the bear market is just play some chess. Um, so yeah, it's feeling a little, it's feeling a little chilly in the cryptoverse, I must say, guys. Um, this is not, I mean, this type of price action is clearly bear market material, right? I mean, you're talking about resistance level after resistance level being held as resistance unable to break above it. Um, Continued resistance on the bull market support band, continued resistance on the 200-day moving average, right? It's just resistance after resistance. I mean, it's like a classic bear market. That's all it is. And one of the things that we've said many times is that what's likely going to happen when you see these lower low or these higher lows come in. Eventually, you get a lower low, and then finally, people admit it's a bear market. But I told you ahead of time, this is likely going to try. This is not likely going to hold. And the reason it's not likely going to hold is because we're in a fundamental bear market structure. You don't get rejected off the 200-day and put in higher lows and expect that to break to the upside. It generally breaks to the downside. So you can in fact see our lower low is in. We've hit a lower low. There's nothing we can do to change that now. The structure of the market has changed. The lowest we went in January was what, like 32 32.9 maybe? Yeah, right around 33k. I mean, we just went down to $32,061. So, the lower low is in. We said it was coming. Here it is. Now what, right? Now what? Now that the lower low's in, what happens now? Well, we'll speculate dubiously about it, I suppose. But, the lower low is in, the structure of the market has changed. And now, what we're going to have to contend with are people saying that it's not a bear market until that breaks. And again, by the time that breaks, and if we capitulate below, the bear market could be over by the time people are willing to admit it's a bear market. So the lower low is in. Now the question ultimately, I believe, is where will it bottom, and at least a local bottom. Okay, we're gonna look at a lot of things. All right, we'll look at a lot of things. We'll try to answer some questions. We'll play some chess if you guys are into that. I don't know why you wouldn't be. And it's just another day here in the cryptoverse. So if you look at what happened in 2018, once the lower low came, it actually corresponded to only just below the prior wick. So if that is going, I told you guys yesterday we're probably going to go down to $30,000 plus or minus a few $1,000s, right? We're in that range now. We are below 33k, which is where I thought we at least had to go. So there is a chance that we might bounce here if we repeat what happened in 2018. I think the main problem I have right now is that there are a lot of people waiting for a bounce. Doesn't mean it can't bounce, but this is in fact where it bounced in 2018 after technically putting in a lower low. I would say let's not try to take that one to the bank because I guarantee there's not a cashier in this world that's going to cash it in for you. So I would say be a little flexible on that. I think we're going to see some type of a bounce around the summer lows, plus or minus a few K. It could be here, could be a few $1,000s lower. If you look at some other things, we have the corridor. That's all the way down now at 26.4. 26.4 would be like a pretty likely a bottom if we hit it this week. Okay, likely a bottom if we hit it this week because I mean that's where the lower bound here is on the corridor. And another thing too, and hold on to your hats for this one because this is a big deal. So Bitcoin is now back in the lower regression band. Okay? We're back in it. And we entered it at 32.5. Well, I guess technically this very second we're not in it because it starts at 32.483. Now we're back in it again. Okay, it's 32.483 is the top part of it. So we're back in the lower regression band fit to non-bubble data, right? Sorry, let me check the comments here. Yeah. No, I don't really use the fib stuff. I know a lot of people use that, but there's plenty of people that use it. I don't need to use it. Um, all right, so let me. Yeah, so basically the idea here is that we are now back in the lower bound fair value band fit to non-bubble data, and um, the fair value fit to non-bubble data is currently below 22K, right? It's below $22,000, which is also where the 200-week moving average is. Um, so the 200-week moving average you can see is right around 21.8, 21.9. That is also where the fair value is, and that's actually where we went to it back in 2018. So just wanted people to be aware of that in case that ultimately ends up happening. If we don't get some type of a local bounce here, that would be the area I think to watch for. If you go look at things like like the well what the if you look at stuff like the 100 week and falling below it, right? In 2018, we just basically went straight to the 200 after we fell below. So, that's sort of my main short-term concern for people that are sort of waiting for a bounce is if we do what 2018 did, I mean, it could just be straight down to the 200 week without seeing that bounce. I know a lot of us would like to see the bounce, but I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not 100% sure if it's actually going to play out. If it does bounce, I would expect it to bounce around the summer lows. Okay. That's what I would expect. So, someone says if it hits 20K, they're gonna sell their starfish. Um, Sorry, I just had a missed call. What is the if it's a bear market? Where is the possible bottom? What is the mid? I mean, the possible bottom is still, I think, a little ways off here. These bear markets take a while to unwind, so I don't think we're necessarily at the bottom yet. Yeah, the ETH upgrade, I wouldn't get too carried away with it. No one really cares in a risk-off environment. Someone asked if this is the capitulation. Um, I mean, we're still not seeing a ton of volume, so I wouldn't necessarily call this the capitulation. Interview with Sailor again? I don't think so. No, I don't think we're looking at a super cycle, guys. I think it's just a bear market. Yeah, 20K is in the cards for sure. I mean, people keep asking that in the chat. We could go to 20K. All right, actually, I have to get going. I'll be back hopefully in like an hour or something. I need to go take care of a couple things, and I'll be back in a little bit. So let me go do that, and we'll try to play